What happens when the owner of a small boutique hotel decides to uncover the truth about her business and infiltrates the undercover team? Let's dive into a story where one woman opens her eyes to what's really happening at her hotel and how it changes not only her life, but the lives of everyone who works there. Emily Johnson watched the sunset, which bathed the sky in golden and orange hues. She stood at the window of her cozy boutique hotel, which she had inherited from her grandmother, and felt her dream slowly turning into a nightmare. With each new review she received, her heart tightened with worry. Guests were increasingly dissatisfied with the service, and one day, a friend wrote that the hotel resembled an abandoned house. Those words cut Emily deeply, like a sharp knife. After much deliberation, Emily decided to conduct an undercover inspection. She wanted to find out exactly what was going wrong with her business, so she checked into the hotel under an assumed name, Sarah Martin. To avoid drawing too much attention, Emily wore a simple dress and covered her hair with a hat. After gathering her courage, she made her way to the front desk. From the moment she stepped into the hotel, Emily felt a strange tension in the air. At the front desk, she was greeted by a girl with a tired expression who clearly wasn't in the mood to work. The girl didn't even bother to smile. After a long wait of almost 20 minutes, Emily finally received her room key. But the receptionist said nothing about any additional services that could have made her stay more comfortable. When Emily opened the door, her expectations were shattered. The room looked like it hadn't been cleaned in ages. Dust covered the tables, dirty linens were scattered on the floor, and leftover food was sitting on the bedside table. Emily sighed, realizing that her hotel was in desperate need of serious changes. The smell in the room reminded her of an abandoned house, and it made her feel uneasy. The next day, after a not-so-comfortable sleep, Emily decided to evaluate the hotel's restaurant. Breakfast was an important part of hospitality, and she knew it needed to be top-notch. As she sat at breakfast, Emily watched the waiters moving around, but the operations were clearly disorganized. Customers waited too long for their orders, and some even left the restaurant without waiting for their food. Seated at a table by the window, Emily overheard a family with small children at a neighboring table complaining about the cold food. The disappointment on their faces made Emily realize that the problem went deeper than just poor service. She noticed how the waiters mumbled their apologies, but made no real effort to fix the issue. It became clear to her that the staff lacked proper training and support from management. While talking to the waiters, Emily learned that their lack of motivation was directly linked to the recent decisions of the manager, Robert Pierce. He had insisted on severe cost-cutting measures while disregarding the quality of service. One of the waiters, named Dan, told Emily that the atmosphere at work had worsened significantly since Rob arrived. Dan had plenty of ideas on how to improve things, but no one was listening. One morning, when Emily came in for staff training, she witnessed Rob harshly criticizing the maid, Claire, for failing to clean one of the rooms on time. Claire seemed on the verge of tears. Emily, watching this scene, felt her heart clench. She knew Claire had too many rooms to handle, and just couldn't physically keep up with the workload. After Rob left, Emily approached Claire and tried to offer some encouragement. "You're doing a great job, Claire," she said, "but you really need more time and support." Claire looked at Emily with hope in her eyes, but quickly looked away. "I don't know how long I can keep working like this. Every day is a struggle." That night, after a heartfelt conversation with Claire, Emily realized that the customer dissatisfaction was not only due to poor service, but also to the lack of support and understanding among the staff. She decided that at the next team meeting, she would reveal her true identity. Emily understood that change had to start at the core, the hotel's culture. At the morning team meeting, where Rob and Claire were present, Emily stood up, removed her hat, and said, "My name is Emily Johnson, and I am the owner of this hotel." A tense silence filled the room. The team froze in confusion. Rob, initially stunned, soon regained his composure, his face flushing with embarrassment. Emily continued, "I'm here to understand what's going on. I've heard your feedback, and I'm willing to work with you, not against you." She shared her observations and impressions. Emily spoke about customer dissatisfaction, and more importantly, the passion and dedication of Claire and the other staff members. "You're all doing your best, but there's something wrong with the system," she said. Emily suggested introducing regular training sessions to allow staff to share their ideas and improve their work. She proposed creating a more supportive environment so everyone could do their jobs better. To her surprise, the team supported her. Rob, realizing his mistakes, agreed to change his approach and work together to restore the hotel's reputation. They began discussing ideas to improve the service, and Claire suggested implementing a feedback system from customers to track their opinions. Emily felt a sense of unity, realizing they were now truly working as a team. Over the next few weeks, Emily held a series of training sessions where employees could share their thoughts and experiences. She encouraged everyone to be more open with each other and with the customers. The hotel was once again becoming a place people wanted to return to, and an atmosphere of friendship and support filled its walls. Emily implemented new cleaning standards and introduced additional bonuses for the maids, allowing them to take pride in their work. Emily also launched a new Hospitality with Soul program. Each month, they hosted an evening where employees could share stories of how they had helped customers and recognize those who had stood out in their work. This initiative fostered a sense of unity and boosted team spirit. Claire, who had previously been doubtful, was now full of confidence and offering her own ideas. With each new guest who entered the hotel, Emily felt her dream coming to life again. She listened carefully to feedback, answered questions, and actively engaged with visitors. Soon, positive reviews began to pour in, and returning customers were once again enjoying the atmosphere they had come to love. She remembered one day when a woman sat on the terrace with a cup of coffee and said, "This place really is like a home away from home." With each passing month, things continued to improve. Guests were enjoying their stays again and sharing their experiences on social media. Ocean View's reputation was being restored, and Emily couldn't help but feel proud of her team. She thought back to how she had felt at the beginning of her journey, and now realized that it was teamwork and mutual support that truly made all the difference. One evening, sitting in her office, Emily decided to host a special dinner for the team to thank everyone for their hard work. She wanted everyone to feel valued and appreciated for their role in the hotel's success. Emily invited the employees to come together and celebrate their shared accomplishments. At the dinner, she delivered a heartfelt speech. "I am proud of each and every one of you," she said, looking into the eyes of her colleagues. "You have all put your heart and soul into this hotel, and I'm sure there are many exciting things ahead of us. Together, we can accomplish so much more." Applause filled the room, and Emily felt their bond grow stronger. After dinner, the team gathered to discuss their next steps. Claire, full of inspiration, suggested launching a program that would educate guests on how to make the most of their time in and around the hotel. It was a fresh idea, and Emily enthusiastically supported it. Together, they set about creating a calendar of events to attract more guests and build an active community. A few months later, Emily sat in her office reviewing the reports. She smiled as she saw the numbers rising. The hotel was starting to turn a profit again, and Emily was certain this was just the beginning. She realized that the team's support and their close interaction with customers had made this success possible. As she watched the sunset, Emily realized that her hotel was more than just a building with rooms. It was a living space filled with stories, laughter, and friendship. Every day, she thanked fate for the opportunity to run this place and for the team that had helped her turn her dream into a reality. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about how ordinary people overcome challenges and create something extraordinary, subscribe to our channel. Your journey is just beginning.